Jack, the manager's just kind of can't quite work out whether he's happy with a point or whether he maybe thinks you could have taken all three. But how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think probably fair to say that's definitely the case. Obviously, on one hand, you got the fact that we've come from behind again, same as last Saturday, and taken a point, which is obviously a positive. Keeps the unbeaten run going, which at this stage of the season is very good. If we can keep that going, we'll give ourselves a right good chance of staying up. But obviously, given the situation of the game, the red card obviously changes things a lot. And once we got the first goal, I thought that was well deserved. I fancied us to go on and get another one. Wasn't to be. Didn't probably create quite enough chances, and probably went a little bit sloppy after the goal. Didn't create as much as we would have liked to. But yeah, it's a point in the right direction. Another point towards safety, so we can't complain too much.
We should have started the interview with your long-range pile driver that was turned around the post. But sitting next to Warren O'Hoare, he said maybe a little while ago you maybe wouldn't have had the confidence to do that. But obviously that shows the confidence that you're hitting them from 30 yards now.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Obviously, I feel I've been growing into the season, and as of late, I feel like I've been performing pretty well to go along with the results we've had. So I'll just do my job as long as I can. I'd have liked that to fly in the corner, which would have been nice, help us out a bit. But hopefully, I can chip in with one or two before the end of the season. Help us, because set pieces are massive. At the end of the day, they score from one today, and we score from one today. So it's not just to the strikers that need to put it in the back of the net. It's about us helping them out too.
From a defensive point of view, there does seem to be just a renewed confidence. Anthony Stewart's come back in and slotted in, but whether it was him or whoever, alongside Dean Lewinson, it just seems to be whoever slips in there now is confident.
Yeah, it feels good, yeah, it feels solid. I think early on they had a lot of possession, but didn't feel like they were doing loads with it. Obviously the goal comes from a set piece, which we're very disappointed with, having known that they were a threat coming into this game. We'd worked a lot on that, defending that, so that's disappointing on our part. But in open play, like you said, I feel like we've gelled pretty well since Ant's come in last week, and especially since Skip's been back since the game at home here against Cambridge. I feel like we've been looking good at the back, so long may that continue.
Whether you're disappointed with a point or not, if you'd been offered a 5-match unbeaten run, 3 wins, two draws, and when we started the Cambridge game, you'd have taken that, wouldn't you?
Of course, yeah. You can't say no to that. It's obviously a great run, but we're past that now. Them 3 wins that we got are in the past. They were great at the time, but we've still got a long way to go. A couple more wins needed, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep us up.
Another tough test on Monday.
Very tough test. Obviously, great stadium to go and play in. A lot of good players there. Massive club, so it'll be a real tough test for us. But we'll fancy our chances there. We'll have a game plan, try and execute that, and hopefully it'll give us enough to bring back the 3 points.
They say wins build confidence, but defensive performances like we've seen from you and clean sheets in recent weeks, they build confidence as well.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, it's a big thing. Confidence in football. When you're high, things seem to go your way. So we can just keep working hard, making sure that luck does stay on our side. Keep putting the good performances in, and I feel like the confidence is definitely breeding through myself and the back line. So long may that continue.
You mentioned there your own confidence. It does feel like we're seeing a new Jack Tucker emerging.
Yeah, like I've touched on before in previous interviews, it's taken a longer time than I would have liked to get with the way we play and the sort of style that MK brings. But I feel like recently that's definitely been coming out, and I feel much more comfortable now with what I'm being asked to do. And I've just got to keep working hard to make sure these performances don't drop again, and I can maintain this standard.
Has there been a big mindset change in the dressing room in the last 5 games?
I think so. Yeah, I think we just lacked a little belief at times. It wasn't for a lack of trying before when the results weren't going our way, but just felt like when we went behind, sometimes we sort of caved in a little bit. But I think we've showed recently that those wins have given us that belief that we are good enough, more than good enough to go and beat teams in this division. And obviously 2 points we've gained from losing positions against 2 teams in the top 10 is obviously a sign of that. So we've got a couple more teams that are up there in the league, so hopefully that can go on.
Well, is it a sign of building confidence in the philosophy that you're able to get points against these top sides after they've taken the lead?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think earlier in the season we never really came back from those losing positions. So it's a sign of where we've developed and grown as a side that we can now do that, because they're very tough sides to break down, like you saw today. Struggled to create some chances, but that belief to keep going on to the end definitely holds us in good stead between now and the end of the season.
Is it the case as well as getting the results to keep it in your hands?
Of course, yeah. We're not worried about too much what's going on elsewhere at the minute. At the minute, we don't have a target or anything. We just keep on taking each game as it comes. winning every week, and then ultimately we'll be fine, because right now it is in our hands. So as long as we keep doing that, we'll be fine.
It's 7 points from 3 games here. Has that also helped to contribute to a feeling of making this more of a difficult place to come than it perhaps was at times during the season?
Definitely, yeah. You want your home ground to be a fortress, and I feel like that's definitely getting that way now. The performances have been good, and obviously the results have been good as well. We've made it harder for teams to come here. It's not such a nice place to come like it might have been at the start of the season. So we've just got to make that a recurring theme now between now and the end, and make it a tough place for other people to come.